Good morning. Today we take up the next topic, cross product of two vectors. So vector A is vector B and it is the cross product. In mathematics it is A, it is B, it is the sign of product, simple product. If we put arrows over A and B, then it becomes vector product or cross product. We pronounce it as A cross B. Now, what is the definition of cross product? How we define it? The arithmetic product of one vector. The arithmetic product of one vector and perpendicular component of the other vector over first is defined as cross product of the two vectors. Now you see here, this is vector OA, this is vector OB. These are represented by, OA is represented by vector A and OB is represented by vector B. They are inclined at an angle theta with each other. And this is perpendicular, BM is perpendicular over OA. So these are the two vectors. And we have to find out its cross product. Vector B, vector A, we have to find out their cross product. So it is a definition. Now mathematical expression, how we write mathematically cross product. Now consider two vectors A and B inclined at an angle theta. Vector A, vector B inclined at an angle theta as shown in diagram. Now complete the parallelogram OACB. Drop BM perpendicular OA. Do some construction. Now perpendicular component of B perpendicular is equal to mod B sin theta. This perpendicular component of B will be mod B sin theta. Now according to definition, A cross B will be equal to mod A, magnitude of first vector, and multiplied by the perpendicular component of the second vector. So mod A, mod B sin theta. Mod B sin theta is the perpendicular component of the other vector. So it is equal to mod A into BM. This is the perpendicular component, BM, and it is equal to base into height. We can call it as is the base A, vector A is the base and BM is the height. So it is equal to the product of base into height, and it is equal to area of parallelogram. We know in mathematics the area of parallelogram is the base into height. Okay. Now direction is perpendicular to A, perpendicular to B, directed outward. Because cross product is a vector quantity, it must possess that. Let us learn about the skill to find direction of cross product. I told you the direction of cross product can be found by using either right hand thumb rule or screw rule. So let us take up first right hand thumb rule. Now consider cross product of two vectors A and B. and it is equal to, its magnitude is equal to mod A mod B sin theta. What about direction? And direction is found by right hand thumb rule. So what is right hand thumb rule? Separate fingers of right hand and thumb in such a way that fingers and thumb are perpendicular to each other, as shown. Separate right hand, this is my right hand, fingers separate and thumb, they are perpendicular to each other. Now fingers are separate parallel to first vector A. First vector A cross B, first vector is A. Then we pronounce vector B. A cross B, the first vector, towards this. Point along first vector A as shown. Now fold the fingers towards vector B, second vector. Fold the fingers towards second vector B, as we pronounce A cross B. First A, then B. Fold the fingers towards B. Then thumb gives direction of cross product, which is perpendicular to vector A, perpendicular to vector B. That is perpendicular to the plane containing vector A and B. Thumb gives you direction of cross product, which is perpendicular to A, perpendicular to B. That is perpendicular to plane containing B. And it is denoted by dot at the point of inclination. So it is directed outward, perpendicular to plane of the board. So outward we denote by dot and inward we denote by cross. So here we denote it by dot because here A cross B, the direction is outward. Now consider B cross A. Consider B cross A. The magnitude is mod B mod A sin theta and direction is perpendicular to B, perpendicular to A, directed inward, denoted by cross at point of inclination. Cross. How it is? If we put our right hand fingers like this and fold fingers towards the second vector A, then thumb indicates direction of resultant of cross product. So this is here, if we put B cross A, then it will be inward, and inward is shown by cross at the point of inclination. Let us take up screw rule to find out direction of resultant of cross product. Consider cross product A cross B equal to mod A mod B sin theta. It is the magnitude of cross product. Now what is the direction of the resultant? Keep a screw at point of inclination. Keep a screw at point of inclination. This screw is its head, it is its point, tail, the sharp point of the screw. So put this sharp point at this, like this. Is a screw like this. Now if screw is rotated, in clockwise direction, it moves inward, and if rotated anti-clockwise direction, it moves outward. We are familiar with this. When we rotate a screw in clockwise direction, it moves inward, and when we rotate a screw in anti-clockwise direction, it comes outward. We have all of us, we have experience of it. And same we are to apply here. Now direction of linear displacement of screw gives direction of resultant of cross product, which is perpendicular to the plane containing the vectors. The resultant of cross product is perpendicular to the plane containing the vectors. So here in this case, direction of A cross B is perpendicular to A, perpendicular to B, directed outward, because here we go from A to B. A to B means screw is here. If we rotate the screw in anti-clockwise direction, the screw will come out. So the direction is perpendicular to A, perpendicular to B, directed outward. And we denote the outward direction of the vector with dot. And similarly, if we take cross product as B cross A, the B cross A means we move from B to A. We rotate the screw from B to A in clockwise direction. So this is the magnitude of cross product B cross A, mod B mod A sin theta. And then direction is perpendicular to B, perpendicular to A, directed inward, because here we rotate the screw in clockwise direction. The screw moves inward, and it is denoted by cross at the point of intersection, at the point of inclination of the two vectors. So here field is directed inward, like this, and inward. Okay. So this is how we learn to find direction of cross product, and it is very essential for you to learn the skill, because so many situations are coming up where you have to find out the direction of cross product. Direction of cross product you have to find quickly, and then you have to state the result. So if you don't learn this skill, these rules, you will face difficulty. Okay, now we move on to some questions where we apply this knowledge of cross product and solve those problems. Now we come to discussion. A cross B is equal to mod A mod B sin theta. Case 1, when theta is 0. A cross B is equal to mod A mod B sin 0, and sin 0 is 0. Then when mod A mod B is multiplied by 0, it becomes 0. It means when theta is 0, the two vectors are parallel to each other, are acting at the same point along same direction, then their cross product is 0. Minimum. Case 2, when theta is equal to pi by 2, then A cross B is equal to mod A mod B sin pi by 2. Theta is replaced by pi by 2, and sin pi by 2 is 1. Therefore, A cross B will be equal to mod A mod B and is maximum. Now case 3, when theta is pi, then A cross B is equal to mod A mod B sin pi, and you know sin pi is 0. So therefore, A cross B is equal to 0, minimum. So for other angles, the magnitude varies in between. As you know, sin 45 is 1 by root 2. Sine 60 is root 3 by 2 and sine 30 is 1 by 2. Accordingly, the magnitude varies. Depends upon the angle of inclination. Now, since cross product is a vector quantity, it is a vector product and it is a vector quantity. So it has direction. So we have to look into direction of cross product, and this direction is given by either right hand thumb rule or screw rule. Let us see. Now we come to properties of cross product or properties of vector product. Number one, it is a vector quantity, possess both magnitude as well as direction. Number two, it does not obey commutative law. That is, A cross B is not equal to B cross A. In dot product, A dot B is equal to B dot A, but here it is not the similar situation. Here A cross B is not equal to B cross A. Number three, it obeys distributive law. A cross within bracket vector B plus vector C, bracket closed, is equal to A cross B plus A cross C. So it obeys distributive law like dot product, but it doesn't obey commutative law like dot product. Now after this, we have to solve some problems, numericals, as usual, in continuation of assignment number 4. So we will take up some questions. Let us take up questions now on cross product. In continuation of assignment number 4, question number 16, show that cross product of two identical vectors is 0. So that the cross product of two identical vectors is 0. Question number 17, find cross product of the following: I cross I cross J, I cross K, J cross I, J cross J, J cross K, K cross I, K cross J, and K cross K. These are 9 cross products. You should be able to write down their answers quickly. Question number 18. Given A, vector A is equal to I cap AX plus J cap AY plus K cap AZ, and vector B is equal to I cap BX plus J cap BY plus K cap BZ. So that A cross B is equal to I cap AY BZ minus BY AZ minus J cap into AX BZ minus BX AZ plus K cap into AX BY minus BX AY, and you have to prove it. What you have to do? You take the cross product, use the distributive law. First, take up IAX multiplied with all these 3 in bracket, then plus JY multiplied by all these 3 in bracket, and then take plus K cap AZ multiply all these 3 in bracket and sort out the answer, find out the answers, and simplify it. You will get this result. You will get this result finally in rectangular form. Since these two vectors are in rectangular form, cross product will also be in rectangular form. Now question number 19. Find the angle between two vectors A and B. If vector A is equal to 3i plus 4j plus 5k cap and vector B is equal to minus I cap minus 3j cap plus 4k cap. Your answer sin theta should be equal to 0.9877 and read theta equal to sin inverse 0.9877 from log table. Okay, so I hope you will be able to solve these questions on cross product. So here we finished with cross product of two vectors. So this is all about vectors. This much is required to understand physics. Otherwise, vectors is a very vast chapter. The remaining part, whatever I have not touched, you will learn in mathematics department. So they will teach you vectors in full length. But here, these are some excerpts that I need to make you understand physics. I hope you would have enjoyed the whole chapter of vectors here in physics room. So I wish you good luck. Thank you so much. Next, we will take up motion of objects in plane or space. So that is our next topic, where we will touch projectile motion, circular motion, projectile motion in vertical plane and circular motion in horizontal plane. So we will take up all these